Good morning, everyone, and Boker Tov. Last year the Palm Beach Synagogue hosted a full-day summit on countering anti-Semitism. And there were dozens of speakers, and we covered every form of anti-Semitism. We spoke about the college campuses. There were speakers who spoke about BDS, white supremacy, the Squad and the Congress, anti-Semitism towards Israel from the Arab world. But ironically, there wasn't one word spoken by one speaker about black anti-Semitism. And here we are, less than a year later, and all these black celebrities with Kanye West and Kyrie Irving and others speaking the most vile, vitriolic, anti-Semitic words and statements. And I realized that things have really changed in less than a year, and at this year's conference, clearly that's going to be one of the highlights of conversation. And what were we missing? And what we were missing was that Lois Farrakhan has been spewing these same words for decades. And after looking it up, I realized that Kanye West has an affiliation and association with the Nation of Islam and Lois Farrakhan that goes back many, many years. He actually received an award in 2005 from Lois Farrakhan. And so we really have to go to the root of all of this. And it's not enough to ban Kanye West from social media. We have to make sure that Lois Farrakhan is banned from social media. And every Jew is obviously deeply concerned about the really more than just a spike, an explosion of anti-Semitism. And what can we do about it? But I want to take a little bit of a different angle. In this week's Torah portion, Yaakov has to meet his brother Esav, who's out to kill him. Esav represents those who despise the Jacob, the Jew. And he sends a message of peace to his brother. But in the message, he says to his brother, Im Lavan Garti, I sojourned, I dwelled with my uncle Laban for the past 20 years. But our rabbis point out that the word Garti, sojourned, equals 613 in the numerical value. And what he was saying to his brother was, I sojourned with Jacob, but I was a devout, practicing, observant Jew, and I kept all the 613 commandments, even while living in the house of Laban. And the question is, what was he saying to his brother? Does Esav really care if he kept the commandments or not? And the answer is, what he was saying is that I am secure, I am confident, I am rooted, I am firmly connected to my heritage. Abraham, Isaac, my ancestors, and therefore I have not just the physical strength and wherewithal to contend with you, but more importantly, the spiritual strength. When a person has a self-confidence and a self-identity and awareness of their connection to God and to their ancestors, it gives them an indomitable, eternal strength that could overcome all obstacles. And perhaps this is something that every one of us can do. Every time we hear of an anti-Semitic incident or read about something, instead of just saying, oy vey, what are we going to do, woe unto us, say, you know what, this is an indicator, it's a signal to me that I need to do another mitzvah. I need to be more Jewish. I need to practice more. And just one little mitzvah. I could study Torah for a few minutes. I could say a prayer. I could give charity. I could light my Shabbat candles. I could put on tefillin. There are endless opportunities. As Jacob says, 613 commandments. But if the world is trying to attack us as Jews, the best response is, you know what? We're going to be more Jewish. Because the more Jewish we are, the stronger we become. And just like you can't win a game, the whole world is watching the World Cup. And one of the ideas behind the World Cup is that there's a ball that everyone's trying to get into a net. And spiritually and metaphorically, that ball represents the universe. And there are two nets, the side of good and the side of evil. And there are forces that are trying to get it into the side of evil, and there are forces trying to get it into the side of good. But one key lesson about sports is that you can't win a game by just playing defense. You need to have an offense. And the same thing, if we're just fighting anti-Semitism, we're just playing defense. We need to play offense. And offense is to be more connected to our Jewish community, to go to synagogue more often, to be involved in Jewish causes, to strengthen the Jewish people from within. And that is our best offensive game. And that is the way ultimately we will win. Every good deed has a ripple effect. Every action makes a difference. And therefore, my resolution is that anytime I hear something said that is anti-Semitic, I'm going to go out and immediately do a mitzvah. I hope you will join me in strengthening the Jewish people to fight this explosion of anti-Semitism. Have a wonderful day.